oh, we have this BCF agent actually has been closing all this, right? So one to understand like, does this BCF is it a service to the agent, and what is the objective for this AAG BCF? Chris, over to you.
Okay, hi, hi everyone, AAG. Here, I'm Chris. So it's a very good question. I think BCF started actually the preparations for it started way before the government actually announced any circuit breaker per se. In fact, that time we were planning for actual lockdown, and as you can see, we really took on really how do I put it, very innovative ways to think about and anticipate what happens in a lockdown situation. Of course, what we have was circuit breaker, which was, I would say, not as bad as a total lockdown, which is why you will also realize that the moment it was announced, AAG was ready. And we are now currently in the extended circuit breaker. The month one, where we have the BCF 1, we focus on operations. We focus on how, or rather we anticipate how we can help agents to continue the deals that they were doing before. How do I, so that, because circuit breaker came very suddenly, a lot of things that were like, you listed halfway, maybe for 6 months, and then an offer came, but cannot proceed with the rest of the procedure of the work. Okay, that was the rationale of BCF 1. Okay, so we focus on the how-to. All right, on the how-to. And from BCF 2, which was yesterday, now the tools and the innovations that we thought of will continue. But the focus now is on training. How do we? So we have moved on how to be how to do it operationally, which is all the trainings and all the preparation thus far, right? Is to help you with the deals that were before. Now the focus is our inventories have run out. A lot of the 8 panelists today have actually finished not finished, but they have successfully closed deals. What's next? So we go back to our very important portion of a real estate work is the prospecting. So now, for BCF2, we're going to focus on training you guys how to actually prospect, get new listings. Hopefully you can close within the next 1 month. If not, okay, the BCF2 Plus is actually to help you guys gear up and take advantage of the floodgate that will open, as Harry has very rightfully said so in his supper talk. The floodgates is going to open. The question is, are you ready? And at AAG, we prepare you for both, I would say, the project and, very importantly, the bread and butter resale. And you would realize that actually today's panelists, a lot of them will share with you, the rentals is the bread and butter. The resale deals are still going on. So I think this is the portion that we need to focus, and that's the whole objective. And I really want to do a big shout out again to Lester. I know all of us we know, but he really gave up a lot in terms of especially the financial things, and a lot of the ideas that we bounce off that require money, he just say, okay, let's do it, without even like, you know, thinking what is my exposure. No, he just say, if this works for the agents, if this helps my agents, let's do it. And I think the Korea one was really something that I would say rocked the entire industry, because it's expensive. Let me tell you, per trip is actually $20 over. It's not as if he signed a special deal with some agents who, you know, who decide to help him run. No, it's actually a proper courier service. Okay, so I think with that, as management, we advise, we plan, but at the end of the day, the person who gives the money and say go ahead is still him. And I think all of us are very glad that he took our advice.
Yeah.
Back to you.
I still remember that, Chris, during that time when before we want to launch this AAG BCF to agents to hold inside AAG, right? I remember very clearly that day itself, right? That night, one day before the circuit breakers, Lester called all the department, all of us, to have a 10:30 p.m. meeting. Yeah. All of us we had to rally, say, okay, we have to get ourselves ready. I have to put my son to sleep first, everyone. Then we are walking to have a virtual meetings. And I think we met until about 12 plus
It was
1.
about 4 plus. That meeting was about 5 to 6 hours, and this was an operational meeting. I mean, you say how do we roll out the operations? Not the planning. The planning has already been done. We already know what we are going to do, but it's the operation. How do we roll it out to you? And you will realize that for the entire BCF one, we have supper talks, we have training sessions. All this. These are actually, I would say, to quote Lester, I think we are more busy during this circuit breaker than we were non-circuit breaker.
Right.
All right.
So good. So to the rest, just to let you know that this BCS, I can share with you honestly, it's not easy to duplicate. So one thing I just want to take this opportunity to thanks to all the departments that come together. So maybe I'll just highlight a few names here. So I'd like to thank Chris, Dennis Go, Eric Lee, Harry Yap, Ivan Soon, Ivy Yu, Calvin Sito, Paul Sell, Renee, and of course Johnny and Lester. So I think all of us actually during that one day before the circuit breaker, so we come together, then we really brainstorm. So then we think of about ways and how to get the agents to keep our business continuity and move on and go on. So now the difference between the BCF 1 and 2, so meaning to say, Chris, it means agent right now from today's onward, am I to say that they can look forward to have more training elements as in like a little bit more specific like prospecting or rather a technical like this afternoon what Billy
as I mentioned earlier, the operational portion we have given where we have done 1 month of operation training and actual execution. So that will continue, and Lester has announced that the schemes that we were and the various support programs that we announced during BCF1 will continue. So BCF1 is ongoing. The additional portion of the plus is to add in another series of training specifically to teach you guys, or rather to share and discuss how do we go out and get listings. And of course, using the very same tools that we have been using for the operational portion, how do we turn these tools, the very same tools that I would say the last 1 month, most of us would have already been familiar with, into a prospecting tool. I think that's very important.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Yeah, not just in prospecting. I think we most likely will zoom into a little bit more specific field like landed segments, private body segments, maybe a TOP segments, and maybe HDB segments, a little bit more specific. So to equip all the agents to get ready once the lockdown is over. So that's
also,
actually
just to finish my portion, my first portion is that you guys need to know that, not say you guys need to know, but please be comfortable to understand that the AAG management will actually plan far ahead. In fact, extended circuit breaker was already being prepared and thought of since week 1 of the first CB. Looking at all the numbers, we actually know that, we suspected that it will continue. Therefore, that's why we have BCP plus. And the moment it was announced, we say, okay, lucky we planned for it. But as usual, we didn't announce it earlier because we didn't want our competitors to follow, which is why we only announced it yesterday. So we beg your pardon. But do know that at AAG, we actually really look far ahead. We anticipate at least 3 steps what is needed for our agents. And I'm again very glad that our whole management actually supports a lot of our ideas.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chris. Okay, come. Let's dive into today the panelists. So I hope you guys really understand what's a really BCF, and to build the whole entire system, then to get this whole things rolling, right? It's not just only 1 person or 2 persons, but there's many things, many thoughts. So if you hear any outside agency or division say, oh yeah, we also have something like this, but I can tell you to keep this ongoing and running, I can tell you it's not easy. Okay. Now, today we have about say 9 users who have used the BCF, AAG BCF system, and they actually have benefited. So maybe let me introduce you guys about who are the people here, the 9 user experience in our system. So one of them is Jessica Su. Then we have Roland. Then we have Megan Go. Then we have Jennifer Kwa. We have Nicole Teo. We have Justin. Justin will be represented on behalf of Jameson. Jameson is his upline. So then we have Jasmine Chance, and we also followed by Louis O. Now, instead of like throwing questions to all the 9 of them. So I decided to break it down into 3 segments. So that means I will have a renter, people who close the renter, who are Jessica Su, Roland On, Megan Go, and Jennifer Kwa. Then once, let's say we have like we're done with all the Q&A, right? We will move on to the sales segments. Meaning to say sales segments, people who are actually close sales during the circuit breaker. So who are they? We have Nicole Teo, we have Justin. Justin, he's the person who closed industrial property during the circuit breaker. Okay. Then the last segments will be exclusive. How do they get exclusive during the circuit breaker? And we have Jasmine Chan, who got about 9 exclusive during circuit breaker, and we have Louis O, who just gotten the exclusive, I think about 1 week ago, or rather a few days ago. So now, without much further ado, we will just bit by bit call upon the renter, those people who close, like Jessica Su, Roland, Megan, and Jennifer Kwa, and to share with us like how you guys actually benefited the circuit breakers, the package that we have that we roll out, and what you guys actually use to post something different, something unique. And I just want to hear maybe like any one of you, like Jessica. So then for the rest of the AAG, you guys can type in the chats right at the bottom, and you can ask any question that you want to ask them. I mean, you can ask anything. So they are here to answer your questions. Take this opportunity. My advice to you is that take this opportunity, because this is the only chance that we gather all of them here. And you have any questions, feel free to ask and feel free to shoot. Okay, no stupid question. It's okay to ask anything that you want. Now, for the renter, Jessica, Roland, and Megan, Jennifer Kwang. Okay, so now, how do you guys actually manage to close a rental? And like usually, let's start from the leads. Like, how do you get the leads? And is it a new leads, or is it your referral? Maybe I will start with Jessica first. Jessica?
Okay, hi, this is Jessica.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me, what happened was when the circuit breaker first started, so I actually just put up a post on my Facebook, to just shout out to my friends on the Facebook that, hey, even though it's circuit breaker, but that my division has come up with measures that can help our clients who need to rent or sell, to give me a call, just to find out more. So it was just about 1-2 days after that I have a friend, not really a friend, but acquaintance, who actually PM me to ask me more because he urgently needs to rent out his HDB flat. So that's how I got the lead. Soon after that, because he had a tenant who actually urgently had to move out as well. So he also urgently needs to find a new tenant for his flat, and that's where I got a chance to help him to lease his flat for rent. So I think because of the good location as well, because it's at Toa Payoh Central, just across the MRT station. So I did receive many inquiries, even during this period of time. I received easily 30 inquiries, from this within a short period of time. It was through a few rounds of shortlisting and selecting the tenant profile that they are keen to look at. So finally, there's this direct tenant, who's really keen in the house. And I did mention to them that you are not able to view the house. So the only resource that I have at the point of time was a video that I suggested to the owner to take a video of the house. And he also has a floor plan as for reference. So that's what I sent to the prospective tenants. So this particular tenant saw the video and found the unit really suitable for them. And so not long after that, through negotiation and all that, I managed to close this deal at the price on the listing. So it's at listing price. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So and on the AAG, what are the things that the BCF actually you have been using? Like what are the things that you have been using, utilize? Is it like tutorial video? Do you send to the landlords? All this?
Yeah. So for this deal, the landlord is not that IT savvy lah, so he was not so sure about how to do the digital signing. So that's where I told him, hey, not to worry, because my division has come up with a video tutorial, which I sent it to him after he told me that, oh, he doesn't know how to do e-signing and all that. So soon after I sent it to him, he was able to do the signing of the LOI. Within the next 15 minutes, he sent back the letter of intent signed back to me. Yeah. And now we're in the stage of doing the e-signing of the tenancy agreement. So the tenant has already signed. So now I'm just on the way to send it to the landlord for them to e-sign as well.
Right. Interesting. Okay. So you did a shout out on Facebook. That's very interesting. I think I'm not sure how many of our AAG guys you did your shout out on your Facebook. Sometimes you may not know, it's like your circle of influence people were aware that, hey, CircuitBreaker, you guys still can do something to help my property to rent out, or maybe for sale, or this thing. I think that's really a very good opportunity. Yeah, you never know. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Okay, Roland. Roland, you are there? Roland on?
Yes.
Yes. So I know you as a TOP guys. Yeah. So now during the circuit breaker, how many rentals have you closed?
Usually every month is about 15 to 20.
Usually every month, 15 to 20. Okay, then last one, April, circuit breaker.
Last month it's about 30 plus, because there were some backlog in terms of submission, but after reducing all that, it's about 30 plus.
Wait, do you say you closed 30 plus on April? 30 plus rental, is it?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Wow, 30 plus. Okay, congrats, man. Now, can you share with the AAG, like, how do you like close those like 30 over rentals, and how do you get the leads, and how do you like manage to close them?
I prepared a bit of notes here. I'll just briefly run through.
Okay, cool.
Okay, usually I will ask my friends whether they are controlling their own business or they are letting their own business to control them. Because for us, even though we are termed as a rental agent, but our main objective is not really only to rent their units. We are doing rental because we want at the right time to convert them into a sale. So when all these thought processes, in fact, the results that you have seen today is not actually a matter of just a 1 day or 1 month or probably 10 months. This preparation could have been done for other agents, might be about 5 to 6 years. For myself, it's about 5 to 6 years to build this to build my database. And I always share with my own friends that today, if you are a YouTube subscriber, how many subscribers do you have? And looking back to now, as a real estate agent, we have to ask ourselves, how big is your clientele base? How many subscribers do you have? If the more as we have known that it's always a number game. So the more customers you have will definitely leads to the more amount of closing. That's why that's what leads to this thing, what we know as a probability. What is your rate of probability of closing a unit? So maybe let me share with you some of the things that I did. We have to systemize your business. To control the uncontrollable, you need to systemize your own business. If you do not follow a system, you will not be able to duplicate and you will not be able to calculate. So let me give you an example. Today, if you are serving F&B retail customers, he's able to tell you by us giving them an area square feet, how big that area is. He's able to calculate that based on that area, how much you set aside for a kitchen and how many seats will he be able to put inside this area, and what is his monthly revenue turnover to cover for his 60K of rent. So if one unit or one system, one rent or one franchise can give him probably a 500,000 per month revenue, and he's only paying a 60K of a rental, lessing off all his other costs, he might still be earning a net income of about 200 per month. That will sound very attractive to him, but it will not sound attractive to other people. So for us in our real estate business, we have to calculate ourselves as well. Today, if you have a system that's able to generate a 50K of revenue, then by duplicating this system, multiple of 2 or 3, you'll be easily able to get 150 or 200 in a year. Yeah, so for everyone's system is different. So for myself, as what you have mentioned, I'm doing mostly of a TOP. The reason why I did TOP was because uh, on the first part, we need to have creativity. So with the creativity to create a system, then you need your hard work to exercise this system out and to duplicate it. So my system is TOP project because I follow what every one of us have known, what is the law of attraction. We need to do something and we focus on the right thing, which will give a magnificent magnetic field, which will attract most of the people to your unit or even to that condo. So by doing TOP project, you understand that it is actually a huge magnet. Whenever there's a new project or new launches, buyers or tenants will be attracted all the way into these projects, new launches and new TOP projects. And by then you generate a huge pool of clients. So the difference between myself and maybe some other agents is that if every TOP project is my system, and every system I'm able to generate about 100 plus over clients to 200 clients, depending on the size of the project, within a very short time, like 3 months to 5 months. So that's how we persistently duplicate this system, one project after another, and all the way to this six project with a clientele base of about more than, let me see, to 1,000 plus client. Yeah,
You
and
keep
we
1,000 plus clients.
Oh, okay, we have all these database, but it doesn't mean that we are going to close everyone because the market is so big and
Of
there are so
course.
many agents. So ultimately, most of the units are not closed by you, but the owners remember you as an agent over there who has been always smiling to them, always trying to be working hard on their unit but didn't close. The next year, subsequently the next renewal or next renewal, they will still remember you and they will send you a text to say that, hey, my unit is up for rent next month. Will you be able to help me? So this is these are a lot of what my clients have did. So the next thing I'm going to share with you how to increase the probability rate of closing is whether you are serving a landlord, seller, or you are serving just a buyer or tenant. If I'm serving just a buyer and tenant, my probability rate of closing by serving one to show them about 10 units is probably one closing, and probably for them a referral of about another year, or within this 1 year they give me a 1 or 2 referral. But if today I'm serving this landlord and seller, I can go for 10 viewings, but my closing rate to 10 different units might be 5 out of 10. So this is how we increase the probability rate. Yeah. So with so many clients, I will go back to just now what to the main point. What has BCF helped me in terms of doing this? Yeah, because with all these clients and a lot of closings, I really thank Lester and AAG for doing up these videos like the e-signing tutorials, because all that really helped my owner and myself a lot. For having to teach them to sign on a PDF is pretty troublesome and difficult. But with that video, I simply just WhatsApp to them, and they can do it. Even uncle aunties also can do it. So I really thank Lester and AAG for that. I thank Lester and AAG for the video tutorial about how to take a proper video up and down and all that, because my videos have always been complained by my peers about it's shaky and it makes them giddy. But with that Lester's video, I somehow know how to take a proper video without letting them giddy while watching to my own video. Yeah,
I think the video is very good because I think even some of our competitor, right, some of the agents I know of, they say they actually also watching the Lester who teaching how to do about the signing of the PDF. I think that's really, really very useful. Now, just to jump into one question, because like, thanks for sharing a lot of things. Because you talk about creative. Now, then in this case, let me ask you, how can agents be very creative during this circuit breaker? We are not talking about before, but now, at this moment, how can they be creative?
Yeah, at this present moment, we have to understand that after 2020 and 2021, all of us will be so used to Zoom meetings and Google Meet meetings. We have to go on digital, not only be a participant, but we have to learn how to create real videos and put onto Facebook marketing. Now, it's not only about the traditional marketing is still useful, but it will be a lot more useful if we tap on the upcoming digital platforms that that are coming up, Instagram, Facebook, Google. So I've always tell my friends to using this circuit breaker period to start to rebranding him or herself by doing a proper website, another Facebook business Facebook page, Instagram, and all that will show to your clients that we are up to pace. We move according to what this world is changing, is evolving to a next generation. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, thanks for sharing. Yeah. Anything you want to add on?
yeah.
Anything you want
that's
to add
all.
on?
Yeah.
That's already. Okay. Well, I'd like to move forward. Move on to next person is Megan. Megan, I heard recently you posted on the AAG Facebook, then and you said something, say, "Wow, 这样也可以啊." Well, that caption is give us a lot of like ideas, like, hey, how come is like that also can? Yeah, so maybe you want to share with us like how does this BCF that really benefit you, and how do you do something different, and what did the owner like? I mean, close like go with you.
In fact, I'm very, very excited when Lester come with all this idea. I'm really very surprised. And especially the video done up by Tom, very good. Even for myself, I'm very surprised. Yeah.
Mm.
Now come to my rental closing. My rental is the existing client, because my existing tenant exercised diplomatic clause. So this is I closed a brand new direct tenant. Yeah. So what I do is I just ask the assistant tenant to shoot the video for me. So wherever any inquiry, any whoever, I just send them the video. So I finally closed this direct tenant, and we use e-signing. The landlord is like, okay, he's around 60 plus, he's not IT savvy. So I'm going to ask him to, even I send him the step by step, the video, the tutorial, he still don't understand. So but one thing that he finally get his son to help him. So we managed to use the e-signing, even the as well. Yeah. Even my renewal, so e-signing, managed to e-sign to close it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I noticed this trend. I think some of the agents, they're also facing this problem. Like some of the owner a little bit old, a little bit like elderly, not those kind of tech savvy. I think most of the agent, what they do is that they actually usually they stop there. It's like, hey, like Mr. Owner, I share with you this video. But then at the end of the day, you know that elderly, they are not very tech savvy. But I think what you do is that you go a little bit extra mile. You say, okay, how about you getting your son? Yeah. So just want to address this, like. Some like guys is like owner, yeah, even though you meet some like elderly people, but you can always suggest to them, let them know that, hey, how about you getting maybe your friend, a little bit younger, like son or children, to help you, to assist you on this. Yeah, just to facilitate to close the deal.
The landlord actually, in fact, proposed to me, he doesn't want to do e-signing. He said, why not? I drive to your place and then I sign it. And I bring back to my wife, sign it, I return it back to you. I said, no, it's okay. Anyway, you have a son that is quite young, right? He can help you manage, he's able to help you. He get his son to help him. Yeah.
Right. So I heard that you about to going for the handover.
Oh, yes. Yeah, going to hand over soon. So I'm going to arrange the courier service to hand over the key, and then already the date to have a Zoom handover as well. Yeah. And then without
that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Also,
so all the best to your handover.
Thank you. One more rental under negotiation. Yeah.
Really? So all this you do it remote basis?
Yes. Using the video. Yeah.
Using the video.
In this period, they are quite open. They don't on actual unit viewing. Yeah. Because I have another unit that there's one tenant, direct tenant. She's not comfortable. She prefer after this COVID. But I have another one standby. He don't mind by looking at the video. Yeah, anytime you can close it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So those people who not very comfortable ones. So usually what we do is like you can always send them some testimony, say, hey, Mr. Tan, I just helped the other landlord secure a tenants without viewing. Yeah, so just probably this is something to help. So because we don't want like shelf the landlord or owner, like say, hey, oh, I will see you after the circuit breaker. But then after circuit breaker, you are talking about another 4 more weeks to go. So another 4 more weeks to go, we kind of like a little bit cool down already. Or maybe other agents, maybe other AAG agents say, hey, I can do this for you remotely. So the deal may just snatched off by other agents. Now,
Yes.
maybe one of the way I can suggest you on make also the rest, what you can do is like those owner or those clients like not very open to those kind of like virtual tours, viewing all this, right? What you can do is that after, I mean, you close some of the deals, or maybe your colleagues close some of the deals, you can always share with them, say, hey, Mr. Tan, I just share with you, it's like one of my colleagues just closed a deal with the tenants without viewing, without physically viewing, but using a virtual tour. Actually, this can be done on your unit as well. Okay, so then, I mean, let's try and see how it goes.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Congrats, Megan.
Thank you.
Okay, let's
Thank
move
you.
on to the last one for the rental case. Jennifer Kwa, our expert, expatriate Jennifer Kwa. Jennifer Kwa, you are there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, great. Now, Jennifer, okay, I understand that you got the last meeting that we have in the roof terrace, right? So you did share with us about the expatriate group of people. So now, when coming to circuit breaker, is there any difference for your business model, like before and after circuit breaker? Is there any change?
I think no, because with
No change.
No change.
Okay.
Business as usual. Why? Because we have the BCF from you guys,
that's awesome.
from Leicester, which is so
Yes.
good. In fact, most of my listing that I closed, it was, they view it, then after that, the agent called me, then how? I said, don't worry, we have something for you. So I sent them the video that Lester sent to all of us. And I told them that if you're keen, you sign the LOI, e-sign it, send it to me, and then we agree that we'll sign the original later. Okay, so that's what they did. And then after that, followed by TA, I don't have any problem. In fact, it was really good. I would say it's a very, very effective and very powerful.
Well, I think after, I mean, you share with me a short things, I guess it's kind of like a mindset, right? Am I right to say that?
Yeah, I think so. It's a mindset. Everything is as usual, unless I have a case where I still continue to advertise my listing, and one of the expats actually called me and said, I can take the house without looking, but they want a reduction of 1,000, which I think is not fair, because that property, you can, even this kind of time, you can still go for 7,000. If you want to knock down 100 or 200, okay, I will convince the landlord, but I think he's just taking advantage. So by advertising now, I think we can still continue to do business, because we have the BCF1, you know, which help us from e-signing to courier. So it's very useful. Even handover, no problem by Zoom.
Yeah. So now, let's say you're talking about this group of people who like take this opportunity, or rather take this during this CB and take advantage of like knock down 1,000. So what will you do? At the end of the day, do you ask them to go and fly kite?
No. I tell the landlord, but landlord asks me for my opinion. Then I give my real opinion, because if I don't give my real opinion, I cannot sleep tonight, right? So I told her it's really up to her. But if you ask me for my opinion, I'll say no, because I know this property can go at 7. So why are you doing at 6? So if she says yes, I close another deal. But it's okay. I'm being frank to her.
She didn't.
Yeah, so your tenant listened to me lah.
Okay. So by your tenants at the end of the day?
He said no. He said he will go somewhere else, but I don't think so lah. He's just trying his luck, because over there the property price are all about this kind of price. Who is going to give him for less 1,000, right?
I think what I realized is like you are very confident what you are doing, and you are very confident in your listing. I think that's really something that all of us we have need to learn. During these circuit breakers, like I noticed, like number one is you must have a right mindset. I mean, don't have this kind of mental block. I mean, it's like we locked down, like, but we're not bounded by anything. But it's kind of like we're still able to close you. So I think the number one thing is mindset it has to be changed. Yeah, you have to always tell yourself, say that, okay, there's many ways to reach out to your clients, because especially we are using the technology. Then the other ones, I think you're confident on your listing. Okay, so those people who are like low ballers, tenants, buyers, am I right to say that, Jennifer, you are ready to let them go?
Yes, I will. I will let them go, because I think this is not the market price. So if they are trying, they can go and try somebody else. So I'll protect my landlord in a way. I also will protect my tenant in a way if the landlord is overpricing, because I know the market very well.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's a very good insight. Okay, so now, guys, we have already done with those rental segments with Jessica, Roland, Megan, and Jennifer Kwa. So I'm hope that you pick out some of the pointers, what they have shared. So now I just want to open on the floors, maybe for 3 questions. Do you have any questions for the rental segments for the 4 of them? Anyone?
So for those of you who got question, you got to unmute your mic before you speak up, right? But before you think about your question, can I suggest launch a poll? Can you all just help me answer this poll? Later we'll share with you the answer. You see a poll coming on the screen, asking you how many of you did at least one remote viewing during the circuit breaker period, right? At least one, right? So that you go through the motion, you roughly know how to do a remote viewing, okay? At least once.
Okay, so we all did a poll now. So then once we did the poll, then we submit.
Yep, just take the poll and then later I'll share with you the result. But after the 3 questions is over. So you all got a question, please feel free and ask the question now.
Feel free to ask. I know it's outside, it's pouring, it's nice weather. Don't fall asleep. Anybody got any questions want to ask those rental experts that just closed during the circuit breaker?
This is the best time for you all to dig out of them. How did they do it, right? Let's learn from those people who have successfully done it, so that you can accelerate your learning. So feel free, just unmute yourself and ask questions about to those people who just presented.
Hello, my name is Paul.
Hi, Paul.
I'd like to ask a question to Roland.
Yeah, hi, Roland. Okay.
Roland?
Yes.
Roland, can you share with us a bit more about how you prospect and get your, you say that you always camp at the particular condo and TOP, and you get a lot of links from there. People remember your face, all that. You have a nice face, so I'm sure they remember you. But how do you go about getting, aside from caveats, and how do you get the actual tenants? To get 30 closing must have like hundreds, right?
I serve mainly I'm there mainly to serve the landlords and the sellers. Usually I'm only there when the owner collected their keys. This is a bit backdated now if you're moving on to the digital phase, but it is still a good method for everyone to build up their basic fundamentals. So for myself, there's no easy way out to get the leads, as long as whenever the project is having key collections and the management is distributing out the keys. But for myself, I usually follow the management rules. So as long as we don't poach within or inside that project, we can always stay outside. And whenever the owner comes out of the project and you greet them with a smile, the first time they might not wind down their window, but the second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time, after they have been so familiar with you and your smile and your greeting to them, they will eventually wind down their window and say hi to you. Why not help me to rent out the units? The whole project might have 392 units, but I don't need to get every one of them. I can just get like from there probably 30% is fine with me. Yeah. So this is how we move from project to project. And once the security guards is familiar with you, they will also refer you customers. And sometimes even the contractors, they refer you because the owner needs help and he finds that you're always in the project. It's easier for you by a lot of attraction to get to know a lot of, to meet a lot of tenants within that project and to swing good tenants to them. So they have faith in you. That's why they refer you. And just now I to touch on more about the law of attraction. You, other than doing one project in one particular GTA, if you are doing more projects within the same GTA, you will realize that the probability of customers referring you a lead is extremely high. Because one project from example, I'm doing Thomson area, I can have owners in Thomson 3 recommending their sisters from Thomson Grand. I can have Thomson Grand referring me back to Skyview. It's all within the same district because they are all staying there. So the probability rate of them referring is so much higher, and that's why the closing rate is also high. Not because I serve a lot of tenants, but because the number of units and on hand is slightly more than the rest of the other agents. Yeah.
So Roland, I'm hearing you, but I think my question is more going forward with the increasing restrictions, and we're not allowed to be there to attract, you know. So
yeah.
How do we go forward? Let's say I'm a new, I'm getting into TOP for the first time. I'm sure some of us have not done TOP. So we are going forward and we see some condos going to collect keys, right? Let's say Grandeur Park is coming up. So what do we do now?
Okay, the most important thing is to let the residents or the sellers or anyone that wanted to touch on their project to get to know you. But to proceed with that, if today we are not going to stand on site during the key collection, the only thing that you can do is to do a massive video to shout out to every one of them that you are focusing in this project. And anything about this project, from rental, sale, and even room rental, just come to me. You have to do a video marketing. You have to do a video campaign in your Facebook, in your Instagram, to tell everyone, even co-broke agents, that you are doing this project and you're doing this area. Naturally, by law of attraction, they will be attracted to you. But you need to spend a bit more. Other than my old method saved me a lot of money because I just need to stand there. But the newer method will need us to spend a bit of money, but we need to target the right audience while we are doing a Facebook marketing, video marketing on Instagram, Facebook, and and every other platforms.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, we have a couple of few questions here. Okay, let me look through. Okay, number one question is like Martin Chan say that, okay, with what avenue of one renter, Roland, this question is for you, closing by Roland. Beside a system, is there a team behind you apart from the BCF system? I mean, do you have a team that work with you?
We prefer those of you who have questions to ask the question. Just unmute your mic and ask question, right? If you can do that, right? We take 3 questions. In the meantime, we share
So Ronan, you know the questions?
Yeah.
Wait, the result of the poll, right? 26% of you have actually done a remote viewing. Very good. 74% of you have not. I hope you all can start trying. But 26% of you have tried remote viewing. Very good, because that's one step closer to closing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Carry on.
Okay.
Do you have a team that behind you?
Yeah. For myself, I only work with my partners, but depends on different project. Most of my project, I will work with my own single partner, but there were a few which I work hand in hand with my own downlines as well. In a way, I was trying to guide them. And for myself, I always say that for a project to successfully complete one project, we try not to have too many people doing the same project. And of course, it has to depend on the size and the number of units of that project. If the project is like Deleden, then probably we can have more people, like a team, like 4 to 5 doing different areas. But if it's just like a less than 500 project or maximum 600, I think 2 person is already sufficient. Yeah, the reason is because when you have more people doing in the same project, your profit becomes very you have to sacrifice on the profit and income sharing, even though we are doing the same. And by doing so, when you have 3 or even more, 5 or 6 doing one project, you realize that it's not effective to be there whole day just to earn that small amount of money. It has to be worth it lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for myself, maximum will be 3.
Okay, so you have a team set behind you. Okay, guys, let's move on. Okay, I just take in one questions. This question actually did saying that anybody managed to close rentals serving the tenants during CB? Any one of you serving the tenants during a circuit breaker? Any 4 of you that you're serving the tenants? is that actually one of the questions was asked by Wee Hong. Any one of you are still serving tenant? Like Roland, do you serve tenant right now?
I have a lot of tenants because I have quite a number of units, but now the supply is a bit lower. So the tenants are like what Jennifer has said, or even Megan has said, they are snatching the units because the supply is low, and the supply has been low since last year when all the way until February or even March, and it's even lower now, even though during COVID, because everyone don't dare to move, so they will just keep extending and extending to reduce the risk of getting infected. Yeah, so for myself, I serve quite a number of tenants which I don't even see them, just based from video viewing, and they can call me on the spot. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the rest, the answer is still yes. So if not, then your existing tenants basically will ask them to renew, just to stay put until after circuit breaker is over. Okay.
But on the point, I would like to add, I think they are saying from the question was directed at from the perspective of serving a tenant trying to look for houses, right? That means become a tenant-based agent. I don't know if anyone have an experience here, but I just want to share an experience that was told to me by Ivan Tan. Okay, Ivan Tan. So what he did was he's serving buyer, right, to view a few houses, and he shortlisted one particular house that he wants to report to the customer. But the agent obviously doesn't know how to do remote viewing. So what he did was he persuaded the agent to convince the sellers to enter into a Google Meet with everyone, so 4 party. So what happened is that Ivan served Ivan's buyer. Ivan initiate a Google Meet, right? Initiate a Google Meet. Then the Google Meet will invite his buyer, and then send the link to co-broke agent, which is the seller's agent, and then seller's agent will send the link to seller. Then seller will be the one that show the house, and co-broke will just observe. And Ivan will just be with the buyer. So the buyer asks question, the agent will answer, seller's agent will answer, right? So he did that, and he was also, what he did was he sent our Google Meet video. Remember, I have a video to show you how to do remote viewing. So he sent that video to the seller's agent and then teach the seller's agent how to facilitate this meeting. So maybe, I don't know whether it's here. If it's here, we can ask him to share his experience. But at least proven that if you are serving the buy side or the tenant side, it can be done. Okay? Right, so go ahead.
Okay. Due to the limited time, okay, so let's move on. Thank you for all the user experience. Thank you, Jessica, Roland, Megan, and Jennifer Kwa. So thank you for sharing. So now let's move on to the next segments. So of course, as and when you guys have any questions, you still can also share us during the chat group. Next, we move on to sales. Now, sales is something a little bit interesting. We are talking about $1 million or maybe we are talking about a few $1,000s. It's a lot of difference like a rental. So let's invite Nico Teo and Justin. Justin recently closed the industrial. So on behalf of Justin, Jameson, his manager. So let's invite both of them to come. So now let's start with Nico. So Nico, how do you manage to close your sales during your circuit breaker? What do you do, and what are the things that you use during BCF, and what do you do? I mean, or rather, how do you convince the buyers who buy your property when we are talking about $1 million? Nico?
Yeah. Hello. Okay, before I go on to that particular case, I just want to say that actually AAG, thanks to all the tech things that have always been taught to us over the years, we have always been ready for circuit breaker. Okay, so circuit breaker or not, actually this BCF is just an icing on the cake. We already had the cake ready all along. So for me, that was really the key thing, because I knew how easy it was to do a virtual tour, thanks to all the lessons that we've taken, and the equipment that we know we need to have. So actually, right after, I still remember that Friday when PM spoke and announced the circuit breaker. While he was speaking, because my Theta S was spoiled. So when PM was speaking, I was already messaging my team and says, who has a Theta S that I can borrow? you know, and right after the PM's speech ended, I actually went to pick it up from him. Shout out to Eric, thank you. And I actually picked it up from him, and then the next day, which was a Saturday, I went to about 9 properties, island-wide, to do my virtual tours. Everything was all done within, every property was done within 15 minutes. Okay, and so I was prepared to close during CB with the virtual tours. So, and indeed, this virtual tour, because I did that, and because I knew it was possible to do a V-tour so easily, I mean, if you hadn't known that it was so easy and you thought that you had to hire somebody to do it, you would not be motivated to do it. So the fact that we have this, we were equipped to do it actually makes a huge difference. So this virtual tour actually helped me to close this particular case. This buyer actually bought without seeing the unit. He had not even stepped into the condo. Okay, so he was literally relying solely on the virtual tour, okay, and my presentation over the phone. Okay, it was not an easy deal to close. Definitely. Okay, but because obviously it being in the midst of a pandemic with bleak outlook, he tried to lowball us. Okay, but the seller and I stood firm on our price, and he eventually inched to the price that we wanted over days. Okay, so I would attribute the closing really a lot to the fact that I was able to have that virtual tour. I think without a virtual tour, it would be very, very difficult to close for a sale, right? For rental, it's still possible. You look at floor plan, you look at photos. But for a sale, and I closed a 2.35 mil property. Okay, so for somebody to put down that money on the table without even stepping into that property is amazing, right? Yes. So I mean, thanks be to God, and also to the fact that I was able to have a virtual tour and told him that I did this virtual tour. This is not a virtual tour done like 2 years ago. This was done on the weekend before the circuit breaker started. It is as recent as it could be. So you can trust that this is the condition of the unit. So, and the other thing is, okay, so armed with that virtual tour, what do? I think it is key that you know your listing very well. You can do a very nice virtual tour, but the 50% of it is virtual tour, right? Where the tenant could walk, or the buyer could walk through it. But the other half has to be with your selling. Okay, so you have to sell without being on site with the buyer. And I thought, in a way, I think we should not be afraid to do that. In fact, I think for some properties, it might be better, you know, to do a virtual presentation rather than being on site where the buyer is easily distracted by many things around him. You could be talking about one thing, but he could be looking at another thing, right? Yep. So whereas with a virtual presentation, you have his full attention, and you could actually stress on certain things that you want to talk about. You know, he is not distracted and asking me about, hey, that corner, you know, what's wrong with that corner, you know, that kind of thing. You know, you have control, you know. So I think that control is awesome. So
I got a very exciting question I want to ask. Is your buyers local or foreigner?
Oh, okay. So the buyer is a local, and he's a banker. Okay. So he being a banker, he kept telling me, I'm a banker. Okay, I have all the numbers with me now. I know how bad it's going to be. All right. So we were, you know, so I mean, it was tough getting him to meet that price, but all I could say that besides the virtual tour, I think the presentation is really important. So I really encourage everyone here to really get to know your property, and you must be passionate about selling that property. You know, you must really sound very convicted, and you must really believe in that property that you're selling. One thing that the buyer said to me at the end of the phone call was, no, after I wrapped up the conversation, before I hung up, I said, you know, I am super passionate about this particular listing. And then he was like, I could tell, you know. So he was like, yes, I could hear everything in your voice. You know, you sound so
Okay.
excited about this property. And I think the energy, you know, doesn't mean that when you are talking on the phone, you don't have the energy. I think the energy is super important. In fact, more so than an on-site viewing. So when you know your property well, and when you know that, the selling points well, that's when you can actually come across that you don't need to, you know, I know some agents are very crippled or very dependent on walking through a property and pointing out, this is the living room, this is the balcony, you know, this is the view, right? What do you say when you don't have these things to do, right? So I guess maybe for listings that you really think that you can close and you want to close, go do that virtual tour using the ideas that are given, or a video, okay, using the tips given by our wonderful media team, okay, and then maybe roughly write down a script so that you are prepared when a buyer calls you. And then pick up that energy, you know, you may be in bed or what, but sit up right away and do that presentation. Okay? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I have a question. Your buyers are bankers. Hey guys, this is something that is very interesting. Bankers, shouldn't they know about the next couple of few months? We are talking about recessions, the market is down, economy is downturn, all these things. But this banker buy to you at 2 over millions. So did they like throw this kind of questions to you about, hey, Nico, recession is coming. It's like I don't think I will commit. But yeah, he commit with you.
Yeah.
So will you be afraid, like when you have, I'm not sure whether did he ask you, did he throw these objections to you? And so when you meet all these people like bankers, like how do you feel? You feel scared?
No lah. He knows his financial stuff. I know my property stuff, right?
But he didn't say that the recession is coming in. He didn't say
actually, I think he shared with me how bleak everything looks. You know, but I also told him that he should know from the last few rounds, you know, if he's been in the market long enough, that that the rebound will come so fast that he will not even realize it. And I asked him whether do you want to miss that boat? You know, I said, I think it's easier to get sellers to let go of the properties now than to wait. And I also shared with him that I actually have Chinese and Hong Kong buyers waiting on the sidelines, you know, asking me to scout for properties for them now. So while he may know the stock market, he may know the financial markets, I think I gave him enough confidence with how I told him about my interaction with clients, as in the market for property, which is a little bit different, right, from the financial market. Yeah. So I guess we have to be confident with in what we are saying. That we have to be confident in the property market to be able to sell that to people like bankers and businessmen and all that. Yeah.
Well, I like your what you're saying, that you shouldn't be afraid and you must sell with convictions and with the passions. I think this is something that we should, during the circuit breakers, like for all of us, like we should be afraid of. And I also noticed, like when doing circuit breakers, Nico is pretty fast. It's like take the theater and straight away immediately think out box and be very quick and to take all the 9 property virtual tours. I mean, I guess it's the reaction fast. Yeah, so I think that makes the difference than the rest of the other agents, right? So anything you want to share, Nico? Anything you want to share with the rest of the agents?
Actually,
here
I can't stress enough about how well equipped we have been all these years. You know, which makes it.
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, if I'm not that well equipped by Lester and the team, I don't think I can snap into action so quickly. Right after PM speech, I went out and get my Theta S. Like, I knew exactly what I needed, right? I knew exactly what to do. And immediately I set appointments with the tenanted houses or the owner-occupied houses and made appointments with them for the next day. And I told them I'm coming down to do a virtual tour. And on the spot, I stitched it in my car, sent it to them and say, okay, your virtual tour is done. You know, actually, I've been wanting to do the virtual tours, but I didn't have time. It was very, very busy leading up to the circuit breaker. Then, but of course, PM nudged me into action. No choice, right? So I'm so glad that we are equipped to do that, because right now I'm serving buyers as well. So I'm calling a lot of agents. My buyer is one of the persons whom I did a virtual tour for in the weekend. right? And my buyer was like, hey, ask this one whether got virtual tour or not. I was like, you think every agent can do virtual tour just like that? So yeah lah, quite shocked to say that, right? So anyway, the thing is that so when I spoke to some of the co-broke agents, like, do you have virtual tour? To them, it's like, no lah, so last minute, how to do virtual tour, you know? Yeah, so to them it was a completely quite a very far-fetched thing to do. Yeah.
Well, that's very awesome. That's wonderful sharing. You know, for some of you guys, it's like, let's say, of course, now we can't do any virtual tours to the owner's place. So I think what you can do is that we can always leverage on Johnny, who actually you ask your owner to take a video, then send it to Johnny, then he will stitch it for you. I think video presentation, I think like Geraldine, I saw some of his video, is really, really nice. Okay, so I mean, if you can't do virtual tour, we have media departments like Johnny and who are able to do a video for you. Thank you, Nico. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's move on to, before we ask the floor to give a question, okay, let's move on to the last one, last person, Justin, for the sales side, not last but not least, sales side, Justin. Let's welcome Jameson. Jameson, yes. You're here?
Yeah, hello everybody.
Okay. Yeah, so you ready to share with us?
Yeah, first of all, I like to apologize on behalf of Justin because he can't make it today for this Zoom meeting, but he would really want to share with your, the process, on how he closed an industrial office remotely.
Yeah. In industrial is something a little bit challenging, okay?
Yes.
But yet now he can do it during circuit breaker. I'm very impressed. I really very impressed. Yeah. So can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, in fact, I was very motivated by him, when he shared with me. And then he was telling me, I'm lucky, lah, I told him, say, no, there's no such thing as lucky.
No, there's no luck.
Yeah,
you put in effort.
Work, you got to keep on doing to get luckier, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in fact, I feel that this time round, we are having this revolution, is whether it doesn't matter what kind of how big is your transaction, it's actually the quantum big, the breakthrough, even a room rental is also a breakthrough for you at this period of time. Yeah. So okay, without further ado,
so how do you close the industrial? May I ask how much you close the industrial?
Yeah, actually, not very big lah. I think because the size is about 4,000. Yeah, 4,000. But it's still because
still kind of substantial amount, no? Yeah.
No, you're talking about industrial. There are a lot of technical details and then a lot of calculation. Yeah, so it is really not as easy as I mean, it's a different ball game compared with the residential. So. Yeah, in fact, he actually started before the circuit breaker. So he went to took some videos and photos, preparing for this circuit breaker. So and then he follow on advertising, and then after that, direct buyer called him. So and then
call him during the circuit breaker, is it?
Yeah, call him during the circuit breaker. So after that, he from what I understand is that Justin was the only one who sent video to him and a photo.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's why I mean they carry on. They continued negotiating the deal, and then with the seller and the buyer via WhatsApp lah. So and then the price was agreed, and after that Justin actually engaged the AAG courier service, and he told me that the courier service was very effective and very responsive. So
thanks to Lester.
Really thanks to Lester, man.
Yeah.
So it only took about 1 hour to settle everything from Changi to Tuas. So he actually called for the courier service. He set a time. It was very easy. You just need to set the time, and then after the courier guy will come, pick up the document, and then proceed to the buyer side. And then after that, when reach the buyer, they will set up a Google Meet, and then the buyer signs the document during the Google Meet to witness. Yeah, then everything was done. It was everything was spot on very, very quickly. very accurately also. Yeah. So, and then after that, yeah, send back the document back to Justin. Yeah, case closed. Very quick.
So the buyer just buy like that?
Just buy like that. But from this episode, I think if let's say Justin doesn't have videos and photos prepared for this circuit breaker, I don't think, you know, this deal may be closed by him. And the other thing is that because everything was gone through digitally and very minimal human interaction, because sometimes human interaction may complicate the things. So this one is very straightforward. Send over, sign, and then after send back. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what I feel.
Right. So the buyer actually buying for their own use or buying for to lease it out? Is the unit itself tenanted or vacant?
No, right now it's vacant.
Vacant. So I guess it's buying for their own use.
Yes. Probably their own use. For the details, I'm not really sure. Yeah. But just to share, I myself, I haven't closed a deal yet until now. So I am really looking forward to actually break through to close a deal during this circuit breaker. And today's session, I'm very inspired, especially by Roland. I hope I can achieve half of your number. 够了. Yeah, 40 to 50 is a lot.
Roland, you're wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. And so anything that you want to share, like from Justin's point, like what he actually shared with you? Anything
I think you have to be anticipated. You know, you have to anticipate things before things happen. You know, you have to be proactive lah. You know, like for myself, I also did just few days before the circuit breaker, you know, very much like Nicole, I actually went around the island just to go and take videos, quick videos, you know, walk through the house, you know. So definitely got to be proactive, because this sort of thing, nobody is going to tell you one. It's up to yourself, you know, whether you want something to happen during this or you just want to sleep over the circuit breaker.
Yeah, actually, it's quite true. I mean, as much as like our AAG BCF to support you guys, to tell you what to do, right? But I think ultimately, guys, I think it's like you yourself have to really take action about it. I mean, we can be there, we can give you a training, we can give you all the tools, but like what Nicole said, I mean, the tools, let's say you have a tools, but you don't use it. I think there's really nothing much you can do. It's like there's no result, okay? So, well, thanks, Jameson, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Nicole, for sharing. So now I'm going to open the question on the floor. So you guys, anyone have any questions that you want to ask Nicole and Jameson? We haven't ended yet, so because we have a last segment, very interesting. We are talking about exclusive. And this is something that very exciting because we're talking about getting listing now before the floodgate is open. So anyone of you have any questions for sales sites, Nicole and Jameson? I mean, Jameson will try his best to answer on behalf of Justin. Anyone? Yoma? You can unmute your mic.
Can
I'll
you
just
hear
take
me?
one question. Yeah. Identify yourself, please.
Sorry, Timothy here.
Hi, Timothy.
Did anybody charge higher comm for this virtual viewing?
Virtual viewing.
Yeah, you're conducting virtual viewing. Do you take the opportunity to charge higher comm?
You mean agent charge higher comm
or the seller
on the seller, is it?
Yes, Perry, charging higher comm.
Virtual viewing.
Anyone you? How about Nicole?
Virtual viewing is the seller viewing for you on your behalf.
No, as in the agents who took the initiative to go do virtual viewings without the help of their seller. Has anyone asked for higher comm? I assume the answer is no. I'm just asking on it.
Without the seller doing, okay. But I think this is something that addition. Yeah. Okay, Nicole.
I think when we take on a listing, and with our branding, right? V-tours and all the things that we do to market the property comes as a package. And then I think the fact that I think what I always present to my seller is that when I take on his or her listing, I will to sell for him or rent for him, you know. So I don't think it is, I don't know whether other agents do it, but I don't think we should do that because I don't think we should take advantage of the situation. I also don't, I think by doing that is like, this is something out of the ordinary, but I told my sellers this is very, very normal for us because we are a tech-savvy division.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, I totally agree. Yes, thank you.
I do understand some other agents, they do charge owner like 3%, 4% by doing some video. I mean, I think that's them. Yeah. So I think the uniqueness for AAG for all of us is like we have something to offer. Then, I mean, of course, if we can stick on the fixed rate that we actually offer, I mean, standard rate, I'm not saying fixed rate, the standard rate, market rates, then I think it stand out, set us apart than the rest of the other agents. I mean, other agents are not so tech savvy, they don't have anything that what we have, but we can offer something like more beneficial to the owner. So the owner will see that, hey, you are pretty unique, you're unique than the rest of the agents. Okay, so the differentiation, that's what I'm talking about. All right, any more questions? Last one.
Yes, afternoon, this is Deborah. I'm very curious about the industrial property. I just wonder, is a V-tour thing applicable for industrial? Because all the while I thought more for residential. So I'm in the midst of one for rental, one for sale, and I'm stuck. Like this tenant is going out in 2 months' time, and he's asking for some relief from COVID thing. So the case is going on. So if I want to do a virtual thing, ask him to take video, he might not want to take unless my landlord agrees to his terms. And then for the other one for sale, I mean, basically industrial unit, if it's for some machinery and nothing but a lot of grease and oil and all machinery is really dirty. So that V-tour shouldn't, and I don't think it will work for this case. So can advise? Thanks.
Yeah. Hi, Deborah. Actually, I have done industrial for industrial rental. You know, very similar to your situation. So I don't do virtual, but I just use the handphone and then walk through the whole factory. So yeah, maybe what you can, because asking the tenant to help you to do a virtual viewing of the place may be quite a challenge. So you can maybe just ask the tenant just to walk through, and then provided you have the floor plan, because normally, yeah, especially you're talking about the factory with machineries, right? Deborah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it will be bare.
It would be bare, right? If it's bare, it's even easier because it's just a bare unit. So what the next person needs is probably a walkthrough and also together with the floor plan. I think that would be very good enough.
So you're saying that do a Google Meet session and walk through.
If that's possible, why not? Yeah.
So the video V-tour is not so urgent or necessary for the industrial property, right?
Yeah, you don't even have to go to the stage to meet up with them, Google Meet. Just ask the tenant to walk through using the handphone and take a video and then send the video to you, and you can actually forward it to the prospect. Yeah, that was what I did.
Yeah, because I have some photos, unless I stitch up and do a simple video, splice or something like that. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jason.
Yeah, and no problem. Because factory to me, you do not need a lot of staging. Not like residential, you need put sofa, it's just factory.
Justin sold that one, was it a flatted unit or the terrace?
No, it's not.
Well, it's 4,000 square feet.
No, it's in a building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's quite big, 4,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy for him.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Perry.
Thank you. Yeah,
welcome.
thank you, Jameson and Nico. So let's move on to our last segments. We have exclusive. I think this is something all of us we are looking forward to. May I invite Louis O and Jasmine Chan to share with us about the exclusive? I think this is very, very applicable because we heard about people doing the CB closing rental, closing sales. But now, if let's say we closing rental and closing sale, then now if let's say your stock dry out already, question here is how are you going to approach your client to get exclusive and get ready after 1st of June when the floodgates open, and that's when you start to selling, and when that's when the buyers start to like seeing houses. So now, may I ask Louis, then okay, I'll leave the best person behind first. Okay, Jasmine Chan, I will ask you a little bit more questions. May I ask Louis, how do you meet out your clients? I mean, how do you do, because it's talking about exclusive, we are talking about one-on-one presentations. And yeah, so how do you manage to secure exclusive? Louis?
Okay, I mean, before I come to that, let me say something about this circuit breaker first, okay? Because I have never been pushed to learn so many things within such a short period.
Yeah, all of us, we have to.
Actually, yeah, thanks to the circuit breaker and then now the extension.
Well, thanks to circuit breaker.
Yes, thanks to the circuit breaker.
Okay.
So at the initial stage, I think for many agents, it was a lot of worry and uncertainty. And as in how to continue doing business without leaving the home. So when Lester rolled out the whole series of this how business can be continued during this circuit breaker, it's like giving me like some hope lah. So
awesome.
I get very excited.
Yeah.
And look forward to every of these AAG talks and sharing. For information, these are the notes I have taken. Oh, you can see. Okay, these are, I took notes for every session that I attend. So I actually accumulated a lot of notes. Okay, so much for this learning. Let me share how did I benefit from this AAG BCF. I have got this listing to sell at the EM at Pasir Ris before the circuit breaker. And I proposed the exclusive right to sell to the buyer, and the seller was actually hesitating. Then he asked me to forward the CEA form to her so that he can read through. Then after that, we will meet and sign. So a few days before the circuit breaker, he texted me and said, okay, plan cancelled because of the COVID-19. So then it's like, I shelved the listing. I just put it aside.
Yeah.
So when AAG rolled out the remote video, at this unbelievable price of $10. So I got very excited and I decided to pay for my seller and do it free for her. So I text the seller immediately and say, we don't have to wait until the circuit breaker is over. Let's do it now. Let's do the marketing now. Then she asked me, how can we do it? Then I forward to the seller the short tutorial on how to shoot the property using the handphone. And then she took 5 videos for me. And then the next day she forwarded it to me and I forwarded it to Johnny. And she was more eager than me because immediately the next day she texted me and said, hey, how's my video going on? How is it coming up? So I said, okay, we have to wait because we have a long lease. So it's like after a couple of days when the video was ready, I sent it to the seller. She was so impressed and then she thanks me and said, it was so nicely done. And so I grabbed this opportunity. I told her, I said, okay, shall we start our marketing now? And then I take the opportunity to propose the exclusive again. Then the next question come in and say, how to sign and return the CEA form to you? I don't have a scanner at home. So it was I was so excited. Hey, don't worry, I have something for you. Let me forward this another short video clip to you, how to sign the PDF documents via WhatsApp. So yeah, that was a few days back, and I'm glad that last night during the AAG supper talk, she WhatsApped the signed CEA form to me and yes, she's paying me 2% commission.
Wow, congrats!
I'm very excited.
Yeah, congratulations.
So thank you BCF for this all this innovative planning Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Before circuit breaker, don't want to give you exclusive. Only during circuit breaker, give you exclusive. So it goes to show that agent doing something different. You're doing something unique that other agent, they don't dare to do it. Yeah.
Yes.
So
just tried out. Yes.
Yeah, that's very awesome. So your so of course you want me to follow this leads your seller actually is the past seller that you're trying to like get the listing to sell, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not something the leads that you're getting from the doing circuit breaker, right?
It's not the lead during circuit breaker.
Okay.
I got it before the
Cool.
circuit breaker. Yes.
Yeah, but I think that's really good. That's a very encouraging because especially some of the agents right now, if you are serving like open listing, doing open listing for your seller, right? I think you may not know, just like Louis, take this opportunity. I mean, like say, okay, just send a video to them, and then you pass it to Johnny. Johnny give you a professional video. You pass it to your owner. Then by the time later part, you may not know. You just ask an exclusive. The owner will just sign another 3 more months exclusive to you. Yeah. So yeah, I see the uniqueness. I see the different. I see the advantages at this moment that for all the agents, if you today, if you are doing an open listing property, I think it's a time maybe you want to take this opportunity to secure exclusive. Yeah, so it's a very good example, Louis.
After last night, I actually sent a few more to my other seller. Yeah.
Oh really? Okay. Open listing,
yes. Open listing, yes.
I wish you all the best, man, to get the exclusive. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next one, I want to ask Jasmine Chance. Jasmine, you're here?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you're amazing. Okay, you actually got about 9 exclusive right during the circuit breakers. Now, I know that you did share during the company, during the sharing sessions, but I think let's go a little bit more deeper. Okay, let's go a little bit more deeper. How like you can really share with AAG. How do you get an exclusive? Now we are talking about some agents like may have some leads or may don't have any leads. So how do you do presentation with them, and how do you communicate with them? How do you talk to them to get exclusive? Jasmine.
Okay, so before we go there, I just want to stress that, we need to understand what is the current situation now. So the problem here is we know that during this circuit breaker, when other agents out there are actually caught offhand, a lot of them who still follows the traditional marketing, they will be stuck somehow and then not sure how to continue. So for all of us here in AAG, we need to learn how to stand out from other people. So in order for you to stand out, you have to adopt digital ways, like what the BCF has actually educated us in a very short period of time and in very simplified method to understand how to go into digital. And from there, and absorb everything that you need, you can actually absorb. And then present these sets of framework and these services that we can actually provide to your clients, and present it into a presentation during our so-called exclusive presentation to our clients. So when and actually moving forward after this circuit breaker on the 1st of June, right? I foresee that real estate business is actually not going to be the same as the last time anymore. We are not going to go back to traditional marketing anymore. So this digital technology thing that we are learning now, right, it's going to be with us for the rest of our life. It's going to continue for a very, very long time and even getting more and more advanced. So for us, it's really with AAG, we are really ahead of everybody. So in fact, we are probably that 20% out of 100% agents out there who is caught unaware. So we really need to make use of this and try to get as much exposure as possible from there. So when we do the presentation, currently during circuit breaker, I actually do Google Meet presentation with my owners. So we just make use of our Orange Tea G Suites Google Meet, which is free of charge to all the Orange Tea agent, where you can open it up and then just send the link to the clients. Then we can actually meet up, arrange a date and time, and then we can actually do a meet up. And then I do the full of my presentation, whatever I used to do with my client, I do it full on the presentation on the Google Meet.
Okay. So that means that the presentation actually you do it online on your laptop. Okay. So all those clients, are they know you or they are raw leads?
So that goes to prospecting.
Okay, carry on. Jasmine.
Okay. So in fact, getting exclusive, right? The part about getting exclusive exclusive you can actually practice along the way. But a very big major part is how do you get those clients, which I always get these questions from agents. Yeah. So a few things that a few key things you can actually take note is, firstly, I depend a lot on digital marketing from many years ago. So in fact, when AAG launched the PAR, the Property Agent Review, I'm one of the beneficiary from the very beginning of the whole thing. So this adopts the digital marketing from Google from a few years ago. So I have actually started building up that portfolio, which I think if a lot of us, if you have transactions, go ahead and use that platform as well. So I do continue to get calls for, say, landlords and sellers who actually wants to sell HDB and also renting out their properties, calling in from PAR. And these are I would say new customers whom I do not know at all. So these make up one portion of my clients. The other part is what I did was during the first week of the circuit breaker, I actually did a virtual care pack of a list of all the shopping, grocery shopping websites in a short list, and then I sent it out to my database inside my phone. So during the first week, I actually sent out about 600 plus WhatsApps to those database, and this database are not just clients that I have sold their property, but also clients that I have come across with over the years. Like they can be a potential buyer or a potential landlord or a potential seller that I may not have actually closed their deal previously, but they know who I am because we have met before. So it's just a virtual care pack to let them know that I'm still around. Then during the second and the third week of circuit breaker, I send them a customized EDM, which is what you have actually received a few days ago from AAG, to tell them of my free services that I actually provide for them. So inside that EDM is already a summary of all the free services, including virtual viewings and remote viewings, handovers, and things like that, and the free video marketing. So so that this same client who has received my virtual care pack from 1 week ago, they actually remembers that I'm in real estate and my business as per normal. So after that, right, I actually start receiving some calls that actually came in from this SMS, this WhatsApp that I sent. One of the example is in 2019, last year, 2019 October, I actually did a phone call presentation with a client before who called me that time. I have never met this client. I just had a call with him and chatted on the phone maybe for about 45 minutes like that to introduce my service to sell his property. So he's going to sell a HDB, but he didn't. After that he sort of MIA and he didn't manage to sell his HDB. He also didn't proceed with his plans. So he's more like checking for information. But because during this circuit breaker he received my SMS, so he remembers that I'm still in business. He calls me back and then asked more questions. And then I did financial calculation with him over Google Meet. And then we managed to ink exclusive during the circuit breaker. This contact was from 2019. And in fact, I have already forgotten who he is. I have never met him. Yeah. So this is one of the example that your clients can come from your handphone because they are actually all in your phone. Yeah. But we can now, since everybody is at home, and you don't know where to go out and find clients, you can actually just reach out into your phone and try to reach out to all these people that you may have already come in contact some time ago, and send out WhatsApp to them, let them know that you're still around and what are the free services that you provide.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
This can be one of the way as well that which I have actually secured. So during this circuit breaker, out of the 9, right, I had 3 sales and 6 rentals call in. Some is people whom I have known before. Some is I don't even know who they are. Yeah.
Okay. So now the next question here is that because usually for agent who get the exclusive, we step into the owner's house. Then when you sign exclusive, then of course you need to see the house. Okay. So then do you guys, that means in other words, I believe you guys through the owner to see the house to show you the video.
In fact, no. During circuit breaker,
you didn't see the house.
I didn't see the house.
You just signed exclusive,
yeah. Because some of them is not staying there. Okay, if they are staying there,
okay.
If they are staying there, actually, okay. So what I did is, for all the exclusive, right, I actually presented the $10 video marketing, for all of them. So this video marketing actually helped me to stand out from all the other agents that actually that they may have considered earlier. So what happened is, another example is like for one of the PAR client who called me, he has an existing agent marketing the house for him, but because the circuit breaker itself, right, that agent that he has is not doing anything. So he decided to reach and find another agent who can continue to work during circuit breaker, and that's how he found me. Yeah, so when I presented our virtual marketing, virtual viewing, remote symmetry and things like that, I gave him a whole full suite of plans that that during circuit breaker there is no reason for him to postpone selling his property. Yeah, so in the end he was very, very convinced from there. Yeah.
So that means he terminated their side, the exclusive agents, then he signed with you.
I think he no longer have exclusive, but he previously was with another agent before finding me. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Wow, it's like, okay. Right. Okay, now I just want to open the floor. So you guys got any questions for two of the exclusive agents or top lister? Any questions that you guys want to ask?
No question. Okay, I just want to say something. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, supper talk, then 9 p.m. Lester's gonna ask me to teach you step by step on how to get exclusive during this circuit breaker. So I'm given 1 hour tomorrow. So if you want to know a little bit more, then tomorrow you can tune in the 9 p.m. Then I'll have more time to talk.
Yeah. I think that's interesting. Okay, we'll leave the best meat for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow the supper talks. Okay, so then any of you have any things that you want to ask, like Jasmine and Louis for exclusive? Or if not, I would just want to summarize what I actually learned from Jasmine and Louis. I think getting exclusive is still possible for during the circuit breaker. I mean, I think for them to get exclusive is really stand out than the rest of the agents, especially like Louis was initially like from the for sale by owner and now become an exclusive owner. Yeah, so it goes to show that the owner sometimes during this period of time, the down moment, right, is the best time to reach out to the clients and to let them know that, hey, actually your property no need to put on hold, you still can carry on and marketing, and I'm here for you. And also notice Jasmine have a very systematic in terms of reaching out to your clients. Like first week, he shared like so-called the care pack. I think roughly I know what's care pack, but Jasmine, would you mind tomorrow maybe you show us what is your care pack? How does it look like? So to give AAG a glance, then so that we know what's like for that. Hello?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, so maybe you share tomorrow with us during supper time, supper talks for the care pack. Then also notice Jasmine also like on the second week do follow up. I mean the free EDM, the free services that you can offer to your clients. I think guys, I think what I actually really learned from the whole entire the producer from renter to sales to exclusive. I think generally all of them have one thing in common, is mindset. Okay, and they are very courage and they are very confident in what they are doing. And so I hope all of you will do the same. And doesn't mean like during circuit breakers we are crippled, like we can't move around, we can't do anything. I think what you can do is like if you really need help, right, there are always people, leaders who are behind you to assist you, to help you, and leverage on the technology side and really think out of the box and what you can do something different. I think at this moment, this current situation during crisis, right, what actually the client, the consumer want to see agents like, how different are you than the rest of the other agents? The other agents asked me to say, oh, we'll stop marketing, I'll see you after maybe 1st of June. And that could be generally most of the agents that are doing now. But you guys, all AGs, we have all the technology tools. I think we should go and reach out to this group, the owner, to let them know that, hey, your property don't have to hanataki. Your property can carry on in markets. And we have agents that closing deal, buys that buying 2 over millions houses, and still possible during the circuit breaker. So that gives them a little bit hope. And that's also demonstrate to the owner, like, how good you are and what are the things that you have done for them. I think, I feel that that little video or maybe a video of PDF and video of the showing to the owner, it makes a lot of difference. It touched them, okay? So, yeah, thank you for all the...
Perry, can I say something?
Yeah, who?
Actually, I would like to take this opportunity. There are 200 over people over here. I want to say a big thank you to, you know, all the selfless leaders, you know, of course, Lester, you know, because this actually, I've learned somewhere that, you know, a true leadership, they are all only forged through the difficult times. And then they are not only here to enjoy the good times. When actually all these years I've been seeing Lester, you know, burning midnight oil, and then together with the rest of the department leaders, you know, they are all trying to bring our division up to another level. You know, like there is a Chinese saying whereby 你教会徒弟，你就没有师傅. But in our division, this is not happening. You know, we share to everybody so that everybody can grow.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
For this, I really, you know, want to say that we are all many body, one in mind. So we just follow the one mind, and we have the common goal, common direction, and common goal. Yeah, this is for this. I want to say a very big thank you to, you know, all the selfless leaders for all these years.
Awesome. Well said. I mean, a true leader fought through difficult time, and I want to say something. A true agent also fought through difficult time. Okay, so a true producer and true agents. So guys, we wish you all the best. And okay, before I close out this whole panels, let me on the floor. Any one of you want to ask any of our user experience? We have Jessica, Roland, Megan, still with us. Then we have Jennifer Kwa, we have Nico Teo, Jameson, Jasmine Chan, and Luis O. Any one of you have any questions for all of them?
Yes, I would like to ask something.
Sure.
I would like to
identify yourself. Okay, sorry, your speaker is a bit soft. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, I would like to ask Jasmine.
Jasmine, okay.
When she sent the virtual package to the client in the phone, because did she indicate she's from Orange Tea and her name? Because some of the for what I didn't send because I'm worried about the PDTF because those clients contact in the phone. Some the database is a lot, but I don't know whether it's under this. How
Yes. My virtual care pack is actually a gift. So I did put my name, but I didn't put Orange Tea, the first week one. But the second week and the third week one is my EDM with my corporate photo. And the one that all of you have, the AAG business framework, that one. So inside that one does state that you are from real estate and all the free services that you provide. And then our telephone number lah. So in fact, for your PTPA that you're afraid of, right? Just make sure that you're not selling anything, because for me is I am not selling anything. I'm just reminding them that I'm around. That's all. So so as long as you don't irritate them with a lot of spams, then I don't see a problem. Because what I did is the first thing I give a gift. Second thing is I let them know who I am. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, so far I have no problem, and I sent out about, I think between 600 to 700 WhatsApp. So I think so far I have no issues.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last two questions?
I think
okay.
Lester, not Lester. Perry, remember I told you that I'm going to send out to all my contacts
Yes.
About
yes.
3,000-4,000, and I already start sending. So I send about
Good.
WhatsApp about 1,000 over, and
Wow.
I actually get replies. I get quite a number of replies, and
Okay.
say that, you know, just look and see maybe for the next few months and see how is it. And some of them, they actually ask us to say that they are renting their house and looking for property and things like that. So
Good
yes,
job. Good job.
Sending out to the
Awesome.
contact.
Right. Okay, I'm going to open another last two questions. Guys, if you have any question for the user experiences, then just unmute your mic, identify yourself. Last two questions before I pass it over to Chris.
Perry?
Yes.
Hello? Perry, can
yes.
I just ask?
Who are you? Sorry, identify yourself.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Emily here.
Oh, Emily. Yes, hi, Emily.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, can I just ask the theta that you're talking about? What's the model that we should get? What's a good model?
The Theta is a model that...
Camera.
Theta 5.
Theta 5,
Theta 5, yes.
Actually, the SC is enough already. The Theta SC is enough.
Yeah.
But if you do have the SC, Theta SC.
Okay.
So if I'm not wrong, it's the version 3. Version 3.
Okay.
Currently it's 5, version 5. You don't need to go up to version 5 because of the, the resolution is 5 or 3, SC is the same. Yeah, so actually if you don't want to waste money, on Carousel, I have seen SC going for about $150 to $200. The retail price when I bought it back then was about 600. 5 now is about 900 or 1,000. Yeah, so I don't think you need to go to 5. SC, second-hand SC.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can also try the Mi Sphere or the rest. But any 360 now, there's quite a number of models out there. But I think the ones that we are more familiar with is the Ricoh Theta. Yeah, Theta SC. Ricoh Theta SC.
Thank you very much. Another question for Nicole. The property that she sold, was it a new property, new launch property, or is it a resale?
Nicole, are you there?
It's a resale. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Is it very old or is it well maintained? Just wondering, is it difficult
to
sell?
10-year-old condo, and it's pretty well maintained. Actually, just to share with you, actually, I have been trying to sell that unit for one year, and I actually closed during circuit breaker. So nothing is impossible.
Whoa.
Amazing.
Normal time to close during a tough time. Okay.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone? Okay, I just want to take in last question. Anyone of you got any questions? Just unmute your mic, identify yourself before I pass over to Chris. Or any of our department leaders, our management team, do you have any questions for all the user experience?
Hi, this is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Yeah, I just want to touch on Nicole. Nicole mentioned that just she felt very excited when she talked to the customer. I think that is what we have to do when we are on the phone. So she, she was like very excited on the phone and talking to the customer, to the buyer. So I think that with the energy that we have, that we pass across to the listener over the phone, they also themselves feel very excited. I think this is the energy in. I think this is really well done.
It's awesome. It's a positive. I can feel all the producer energies, like when they share some of the tips.
Put across the next person to get excited. So once they are excited, I think this, it will work, create the excitement for everybody. I think then, they will feel, oh, this is the time to buy. In fact, as Nicole mentioned, that it's already been a year. So this is a time that she was excited because of the situation right now.
Yeah. It's awesome. Okay.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Eileen?
Yes. You are?
Yes, I'm Eileen.
Eileen, okay. Hi, Eileen. Yes.
Yes, I am marketing 3 units of industrial property, but the tenant is not going to the office. Can have any suggestion that how am I going to market this unit before the reopen of the unit?
tenants not going to the place.
Yeah.
Anyone, any of the user, you have any able to answer these questions?
I have no photo at all.
Okay, so this is Jasmine Chan. So I actually recently closed one, it's a rental unit, like industrial property. So what I did was using fully floor plan, and because industrial, mine is a industrial B1. So although we do have some partition, carpets, power sockets inside the property, but in terms of industrials, right, usually we will just take it as bare. So I think most important to your clients would be the floor plan of the property, and then the environment of the industrial building. So it will be more of, if you can, to try to get some external photos of the environment. Yeah. And then the floor plan of the actual unit itself, and the site plan, like where exactly is this unit located in the building itself. Is it a corner or the middle unit? How far away is it from the lift or the loading bay and things like that. So with all this, you probably can start to engage your clients already.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Jasmine.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, we almost come to last segments already. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, Jessica, Sue, Ronald On, Megan Go, Jennifer Kwan, Nicole Teo, Justin, Jason, Jameson, manager, and Jasmine Chan, and followed by Willis. Thank you for your time. Thank you, guys. So I will pass this over to Chris. Chris, over to you.
Hi, hope you all can hear me. So again, like I say, I'm really touched that whatever we have planned and done so far for all of you has worked. I'd like to reiterate again that whatever we have implemented, we thought through it, we know that it will help, we know that it will work right at the beginning. And hearing the testimonials today just further augmented our initial vision. And I'd like to just tell you guys, hopefully, that sharing today's session, this testimonial, is to inspire all of you to take the action. If you do not take the action, whatever we have done so far, whatever courier services, whatever Johnny has sacrificed, whatever we have done, is useless.
Yep.
Just attending this for hearing's sake, but I hope you all will take action, because taking action is the real deal that will get you the real case, the real strategies, and the real money take home. And we want to be, and I saw this quote for agents, 1 month no work means 3 months later, so basically this 1 month now plus 1 more month, do you know how worried we are at the management level for 1,500 to 1,800 of us? How are we going to continue to have food to eat for the next 1-2 months? So that's why you can see all of us really working very hard to make sure that this works for you. And today we're really blessed to have all 8 of them tell us that yes, it can be done. All right. And to end off, we would like to add on to further recreate, to further augment this prospecting thing. Remember, we are talking about BCF2 is all about prospecting. So what we want you to do now is we're going to do a contest. Okay, listen up, the contest. Okay, this contest will be running from now till 2359 on the 10th of May, which is this Sunday, end of this week. Okay, that is the cutoff line. So what do you have to do? Well, before we go to what to do, right, let's talk about the price, right? So what price should we, award to this winner of this contest? Okay, the management, we actually floated a lot of ideas. Ideas included 360 camera, a folding machine, the personalized folding machine, printers. Then we realized one thing. Actually, all these materials are not that important. What is the most important? And since the entire BCF2 team is on prospecting, right? What better way, right, for the price? Well, I can see Louise was super listening here, because she is an action taker. Nico is like literally going into the camera already. This price, I guarantee, only we have only. You go money also cannot buy. You know why? Because we are going to auction off. We're going to give you the man himself, Lester. Lester will be doing a one-to-one mentor program to guide and teach that one lucky winner how to start his or her own Facebook campaign from nothing, zero. How to do, that means to say one-to-one, you have him looking at you only, and we also going to make him switch off his phone during that 3 hours. So imagine 3 to 5 hours just to you. This is like, remember what this looks like. People actually pay money to eat with Warren Buffett, right? But they want only 1 hour and eat only ask him questions. This one is, he will guide you hand to hand, hold hand to hand, not just to teach you how to do a campaign, but to literally do a campaign with you, right? So that is actually, I think it epitomizes the entire, I would say, the objective of BCF2. If we're all good, can we all clap our hand? There's an emotion, there's an emotion, if you like it. So this contest, now I've talked to you about the period, I've talked to you about the price. What do you all have to do? Very simple. For all of you, for those of you who have used BCF1 in your operational work, okay, we will need you to take a video, like just using your phone, a 1 to 2 minutes video, sharing your own testimonial, telling everybody how you benefited from BCF1, right? And then all these videos, we will make the details on where to submit all this. Okay, the AAG management team, which is all the department heads, we will look through all the videos and we will take a vote. We'll take a vote who gets to have Lester exclusively for 5 hours. Lester now.
I just want to say, it's not easy to catch Lester. Okay, so if you have 5 hours, it's really, I tell you, it's closing a big deal like that.
Correct. So we will share with you when we had this meeting to decide what's the price, right? Lester is the only one who raise up the hand and say, really, you want this price? All of us, when we propose this, right, we all say this is the best price. Really. You all agree? If you all agree, let's clap on the screen, okay? Correct. So with that, I think I want you all to really, you see the way Nicole talk, you see the way we talk. We want you to be, when you talk to your screen, right, it's not, you must pretend that you're actually really there talking to the client. And then you must smile, because I can tell you one thing, voices have smile. When you smile, the other party can hear whether you're positive or they are smiling, right? So with that, is there if there's no questions, I will hand this stage back to the man himself who for the last 2 hours has been sitting back on his chair until we say we're going to sell him, then he stayed out. So with that, Lester, please.
Yeah, over to you, Lester.
Can I just summarize this this contest? Okay, so how does this contest work? Is that where's my phone? Okay, so what you just need to do for this 1 week is take a selfie video of yourself. Okay, just on your camera, but switch to yourself, selfie video. Okay, and shoot yourself in your favorite part of the house. And all you need to do in that video is to tell us how the BCF 2020 benefited you. You can talk about the services that you use. You can talk about the training that you have benefited. Like for example, because of you learning how to do remote viewing, remote signing, you close a deal. Because all these are what we taught in BCF 2020. Or you can also say that the trainers, everyday the training that you get from Supper Talk, from legal series, you learn a lot of things, because all this wouldn't have happened if not for CircuitBreaker. So all these are part of our BCF 2020 initiative. So all you need to do is tell us in that video, how did you benefited from BCF 2020? And for every person that submitted a video, even if you never win the grand prize, I was sadly being bounded to present myself as a grand prize. So the grand prize is I will be sitting down with you to customize based on your video that you created, right? Whatever campaign, that video that you've created, the $10 video, I will customize a private one-to-one Zoom session tutorial during this period. That means during this period, we will set up a one-to-one next week. That means by the end of this week, you submit, my management team will look through the video and select the winner. Whoever win next week, I will get onto a Zoom 1:1. I will look at your Facebook campaign. I will guide you and I will do two things for you. I will help you design the best campaign that you can do to highlight yourself in terms of your listing. So you can either do personal branding to look for customer, or you can choose to say that I want to push my listing. So I will guide you for that one-to-one. So for a couple of hours until you launch a campaign, one-to-one via Zoom, okay? So that you can have my 100% attention. And for the rest of you who didn't win, but because of your effort in submitting, you will get a prize from me. Just by submitting, this is what you get from me. You get a gold bar. You'll be getting a AAG special edition 999 gold bar, right? And it's actually a thumb drive. So it's actually a thumb drive. Some of you have seen me using this in my office, and some of you asked me where to get it. It's a shiny golden thumb drive with the word AAG engraved on it, right? So I have a limited collection of these. I think I only got 30 pieces. So the moment you submit the video, right, I will reserve one golden thumb drive for you, okay, AAG edition. But then the winner, you will get a 1:1 from me. But I will give you two choices. The winner, I will give you two choices. You will either get 1-to-1 with me. I know some of you say that, no, I don't want to get technical. I don't want to learn Facebook marketing. I just want to pay somebody to do it, right? So for this group, right, so you have either me teaching you, or you can opt for the folding machine. I still want to give you the folding machine. You have two choices. If you don't want to learn, you want my folding machine, I'll give you one folding machine. 1 hour can fold 4,000 copies. Then you can do your production. So either one, you can choose as the grand prize. Depending on, are you somebody who want to learn, or somebody just want the hardware. So two choices. Well, I know some of you already know Facebook marketing. You don't want my 1-to-1. So if that's the case, I give you two choices. Okay. And I also want to announce another new initiative that I forgot to mention last night. Now, for those of you who ever use AAG Media Services, right? AAG Media Services, be it before CircuitBreaker or the $10 one. Now, if those of you who have used these services, I will be giving you a complimentary training on how to market the video, right? Only to this group of people who have used our AAG Media Department. Reason for this is very simple. If you don't even have a video, I teach you video marketing also useless because you got nothing to market, right? So only those videos that you have done through AAG will teach you how to market the video, right? I will teach you Google AdWords, how to push your video into another person's video, right? And I'll also teach you how to do Facebook marketing of that video, right? It's purely video marketing course, right? Only free for this group of people who have done video with AAG Media Department, all right? We'll share with you how to do that, all right? So this is basically two things that we're going to teach you. And why are we doing all this? Because BCF 2020 plus, the core focus is on prospecting. Right, that's why all these things that we're going to come out is all prospecting related. Be it training, be it talks, all these are prospecting related. Right, so for tomorrow we are kicking start with Jasmine supper talk. So please attend that. All right, great. So that's all I say, and you can. I'll pass over to Perry. Thank you everyone for attending.
That's it. I think nothing much for me. Thank you everyone. Thank you for all of your efforts.
Sorry.
Please.
There's one more thing. Yes, after discussion with Lester, we're going to roll out the AAG Consultative Asset Progression Training, right? And we are going to do it for everyone, online session on the 18th and 19th of May, right? So we're going to teach all of you the webinar series, right, will be touching on the theory portion, right? The practical session, whereby all the calculations will still be done after CircuitBreaker. So we are splitting up an entire 3-day course, okay, into 2 portions, which is 2 days of webinar and then 1 full day of calculations after CB is lifted, right? So watch out for the details. The dates are already fixed, okay? May 18 and May 19. So I will be personally training this session. So we'll be opening up the registration and more details soon. So far, the discussion is that we're going to keep it really, really affordable. So it will not be 900, it will not be 500. We are still working on the numbers, but I think we're probably going to try to keep it below $200 for the entire cost. So we will let you guys know more soon, but keep the date is stated for 18th and 19th of May, right? Lester, do you want to top up anything? If not, then I think today is a wonderful session. We didn't expect today to be 2.5 hours, but I think the exchange has been fantastic. And yep, I think I have to go and make dinner already.
Thank you. See you guys tomorrow, supper talk.
Yes, so I hope you all can unmute your mic and say thank you to all the panelists. All right, just say unmute your mic and say thank you before you go off. I think it's
Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Perry.
Everybody, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Everyone.
Roland.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
With your great sharing.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, lockdown.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lester. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi. Social jump. Thank you, Lester, Perry, and Chris. Bye.
Bye.
So Lester, anything to say before we go?
We don't need to stay, right? Do we?
You don't need to say, yeah?
Yeah, we chat on the chat group.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.